morning class. So today we are going to start the lecture number 6 of chapter number 5, States of Matter. So let's start with a quote, and the quote is, "Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do." That means whatever you cannot do and whatever you can do, in दोनों चीजों को don't interfere. The thing is that which you can do it perfectly, do it in proper way, and which you cannot do, try to do it. Like the one thing, there are two things. One is that the thing should not be done, and the thing which you cannot do. So if it is should not done, leave it. Don't do it. But the thing which you think that yes, it is it can be done, but I'm not capable. So try for that. That is the only way to for the success. Yes. So let's start with this video. Today we are going to start with the kinetic theory of gases, that is also called kinetic molecular theory of gases, or somewhere you will see that abbreviation, that is KTG. Okay. So in this kinetic theory of gases, it says that the molecular model which was given by the scientist and NASA, they said that the small molecules relative to distance apart, molecules in constant random motion, and frequent collision between molecules, ordered motion superimposed on random motion. It means that all that जो छोटे छोटे molecules होते हैं वो काफी दूर होते हैं एक दूसरे से. Okay. And molecules जो होते हैं, they are always in constant and random motion. There is no fixed direction for that. They are moving in here and there way, like random direction. And due to that random direction, there is frequent collision between the molecules. Yes. And at last, that ordered motion superimposed on the random motion. The one which is ordered, that will dominate over the random motion. So let's start with this kinetic theory of gases. In order to account for the observed behavior of gases, a model was proposed which takes into account molecular concept as well as the kinetic concept of the gaseous molecules. This model was known as kinetic molecular theory of gases, and it is also known as microscopic model because its assumption related to microscopic particles, atom and molecule present in the gases. It means that it says that atoms and molecules which are very small to the which is having very negligible volume with respect to the whole gas, and they are in random motion. They are moving constantly. They are moving and they collide with each other. So every effective collision will result in a product. Later on, it will be concluded like this. The theory was put forward by Bernoulli and was further developed and extended by Clausius, Maxwell, Boltzmann, and others. Okay. Postulates of KTG. First start with this. All gases are made up of a very large number of extremely small identical particles. Like जितने भी gases होते हैं वो बहुत सारे number होते हैं. So many numbers are there, and they are made up of extremely small identical particles. Okay. Either they are atoms or molecules, they are identical particles, and lots of number are there in a particular gas. Okay. Justification for this: the first postulate is in accordance with the general particle of molecular nature of matter. That we know that we have done that particle nature and wave nature. So the first postulate was that proves that it has particle nature. Yes. Okay, second postulate is the molecules are separated from one another by large distance. That means they are having that's why the gases have big volume, large volume. Yes, because the molecules of each gases are far away from each other. The empty spaces among the molecules are so large that the actual volume of the molecule is negligible as compared to the total volume of the gas. This is the important point. You can learn the second postulate in that way also, that actual volume of the molecule is negligible as compared to the total volume of the gases. बहुत छोटे होते हैं एक तो, and they are having that much distance between them, so that कि एक particular gas molecule का जो volume होता है, that is almost negligible with respect to the total volume of the gas. It is well-known fact, like this is the justification over here. It is well-known fact that the gases are highly compressible, and because of this large empty space, the gases can be compressible. Yes, and they also have the tendency to expand indefinitely. These facts clearly support the second postulate. When pressure is applied, the intermolecular distance decreases, and as a result, the volume of the gas decreases. But further, the volume occupied by the molecule is so small that it may be neglected in comparison to the total volume. Yes? So this is the way. That means उनके बीच में बहुत सारा space होता है. That's why whenever we apply the pressure, this pressure is applied, the intermolecular distance decreases, and as a result, the volume of the gas decreases, and they can be liquefy, and further they can be solidify too. Okay, next postulate is third, that is the molecules are in a state of ceaseless and random motion. It's not bordered, it's not like fixed, it's not ceased, and they are in random motion in all the direction. No, not a particular direction. It moves in all direction, and during their motion they keep on colliding with one another and with the walls of the container, and thus changes their direction. So in this collision, they are they are colliding with each other. Also, they are applying the pressure on the container wall also. Okay, and due to that, they change the direction. Justification: it is common observation that a smoke or dust particle in air are in constant zigzag motion. And you know the name of this zigzag motion. You have done in class 9th. Yes, that is called Brownian movement. Smoke or dust represents solid particles suspended in air, which is a mixture of different gases. All that smoke and dust particles, they represent the solid particles, and they are suspended in the mixture of different gases. These particles are colliding with the molecules of the gases, and their zigzag motion clearly shows that the gas molecule to have identical motion. Yes, so that means the smoke particles, they are suspended in that air, in that gas, and they are colliding. Due to this, they are colliding with the gases molecule, and leads to zigzag motion, and that's why they are constantly moving. They are not going to settle down after a time. Yes, they're constantly moving because zigzag motion is continuously over there. Next postulate is the molecular collision are perfectly elastic. That is, no loss of energy occurs when the molecules collide with one another or with the walls of container. However, there may be redistribution of energy during the collision. That is, we all know that energy, it is perfectly elastic, and you people have done in physics that what does it mean? Perfectly elastic. That means the energy before the collision and after the collision, law of conservation of momentum also, you can say that remains constant. That is not going to change. Yes, it may possible that they can redistribute the energy. Yes, during the collision. Justification: the molecules are constantly moving in all directions. During the course of their motion, they collide with one another and also the walls or with the container. During each collision, the speed of the direction of motion of molecules undergo a change. And however, the molecular collision are perfectly elastic. That is, total kinetic energy remains constant. So you can the fourth postulate you can write in this way also, that the total kinetic energy of the gaseous molecules remains constant. Yes, that is the fourth postulate of KTG. Fifth postulate is there is no force of interaction between molecules at ordinary temperature and pressure, and that's why molecules are far away from each other. Neither they have attractive force nor they have repulsive force, and that's why they are far away from each other. Yes, they move completely independent of one another. एक दूसरे पे ये dependent नहीं होते, एक दूसरे से ये influenced नहीं होते. They are moving in independent direction. They are moving independently. They are moving. And the justification is that it is a common observation that gas expands when the pressure on the gas is released. The expansion of gas means movement of molecules away from one another and increase the voids between them. Voids means the empty space. Okay. This is possible if the attractive forces between the molecules are negligible. If the attractive force between the molecules are not negligible or is working between the molecules, there will be less void. Void hoga nahi. They will attract each other, so they will be close to each other, and that's why the empty space will not be there. But gases have empty spaces, and that is the reason that why it is having empty spaces? Because they don't have any force of interaction. Neither it is attractive nor it is repulsion. Yes. Next postulate is the pressure exerted by the gas is due to the collision of its molecule on the walls of container. Their pressure they are constantly they are moving with each and they are colliding with each other, as well as they are colliding with the walls of container, and that's why they are exerting pressure also. When the gas is enclosed, justification for this postulate: when the gas is enclosed in a vessel, its molecules being in rapid motion constantly go and striking the walls. As a result, the wall experiences some outward force, and this force per unit area is termed as gas pressure. Okay. So whatever the pressure is applied by the gas on the wall of the container per unit area is known as gas pressure. Okay. So this is the point, postulates, 6 postulates of KTG. Now the next postulate: the average kinetic energy of the gaseous molecule is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. Average kinetic energy, okay, that is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. Absolute temperature is T 0 degrees Celsius. Yeah, 273.15 degrees Celsius. Okay, 0 degrees Celsius or 273.15 Kelvin. So due to the molecular collision, the different molecules have different speeds. Yes, of course, it has been observed that when the gas is heated, the temperature rises. And this is because thermal energy results into increase in the average kinetic energy. Whatever the thermal energy they have, that convert into the kinetic energy, and due to that, the motion becomes faster. Yes. Therefore, these molecules strike the walls of the container too. Yes. There is a formula with this postulates of KTG. There is a formula for that average kinetic energy. So we have to solve the numerical also based on this formula. Okay. This kinetic theory of gases is excluded from our NCERT syllabus. It is not in that much deep, but yes, the question will be asked from this topic in your entrance exam. It won't be like it is not in your NCERT. So all this topic which I am explaining today, that is not in NCERT. That is something extra than the NCERT. Okay. Kinetic gas equation. What are that? Based on the postulate of kinetic molecular theory, an equation was derived for the pressure of gas, and the equation is known as kinetic gas equation. All that postulates जितने भी हैं उनके basis पे there was kinetic gas equation एक propose किया गया, that was given by, derived किया गया, and that equation is known as kinetic gas equation, and that is PV is equal to 1/3 mn u square. And what are these factors that we are going to learn one by one? Yes. Here, n is the number of molecules. Capital N is the number of molecules in volume V. P is pressure. We know that. M is the mass of a molecule, and U is the velocity. And this velocity is not simple velocity. It is also known as root mean square velocity. 1 second. Let me this. It is root mean square velocity of the molecules. That means, as the name suggests, that take the square root of all the velocities of all the gaseous atom. Yes, जितने भी gaseous particles हैं उनके सारे root square velocity ले लो, and that take the mean. That will give you the root mean square velocity. Yes, one formula is this. Another formula is also there that we will do. So average kinetic energy of gases in this, the average translational kinetic energy of a molecule is 1/2 mu square at T temperature of gas. This m is mass of the gas molecule, u is the root mean square velocity that you know. The total energy of the whole of the gas containing n molecules is Ek half mu square. Yes. The kinetic gas equation is PV is equal to 1/3 mn u square. So this is, let me multiply by 2 and divide by 2. There will be no difference in that case, but we will get a new equation. That is, I have multiplied by 2 and divided by 2 also. Yes. So can I write like this? Now I'm getting this half mn u square. That is, if I am going to relate this, so instead of this half mn u square, can I put this Ek? This n is the number of molecules. Yes, sir. here it is written n number of molecules. Here it is for one molecule. If I have to do further n molecules, what we will do? Multiplied by n. So can I put this instead of this? Can I put this EK, average kinetic energy? So let me write this. PV is equal to this 2 by 3 is not going to change. It will remain like this. And instead of this, I am putting the average kinetic energy, that is EK. Yes. Now, comparing this equation with the general gas equation, that is PV is equal to nRT. So can I put this instead of this PV? Can I put this nRT? So let me do it. nRT upon 2 by 3 EK, or EK will be 3 nRT upon 2. Yes. Or here EK is equal to, if number of moles, this is a number of moles, and small n is number of moles. If number of moles is 1, so average kinetic energy will be here 3 by 2 RT, isn't it? Yes. So this is one formula. We can use this. Another way, kinetic energy for one molecule. If I'm talking about one molecule, yes, this is for 1 mole. This is for 1 mole. And if I have to form for 1 molecule, so what I will do? It will be divided by Na, Avogadro number. Yes. So I'm dividing the 3 by 2 RT upon Na. And now this R is a constant, average gas constant, universal gas constant, and this Na is Avogadro constant. That is, these two are a constant. Yes, these two are constant. So instead of these two constant, another constant is written over here, that is Kb. And that is called Boltzmann constant. Yes. So average kinetic energy we got for, if it is for one molecule, we are supposed to use this formula. If it is for 1 mole, we can use this formula. Okay. Okay. And that is Kb. Kb is equal to RT upon Na. So let's start with this Boltzmann constant and proportionalities. Boltzmann constant, that is denoted by Kb, and its value is R upon Na. That is called Boltzmann constant. Okay. R is universal gas constant, Na is Avogadro constant. Thus, average kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature. In the last slide we have seen, we have checked this. Yes. So average kinetic energy of a gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature, irrespective of its nature. Absolute temperature, that will be taken as 273.15. This is also one of the assumption of kinetic molecular theory. Yes, of course, we have done this. Further, since kinetic energy is directly proportional to root mean square velocity also, that also we have done in the last slide, last postulates. Yes, that it follows like if kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature, yes, and temperature and kinetic energy is directly proportional to root mean square root of also. Yes. So can I do this? U square is directly proportional to T. Yes. So U is equal to that will be root T. And whenever we have to remove this constant proportional to sign, we have to put a constant over there. So let's do solve some numerical, and that is calculate the kinetic energy of 2 gram of oxygen as minus 23 degrees Celsius. So what it will do, kinetic energy, number of weight is given, oxygen gas is given, so you can find the number of moles, temperature is given, and you know the universal gas constant. Just put the value and get the answer. Here's kinetic energy is 3 by 2 nRT. So n is equal to number of moles. You have to find the number of moles for 2 gram. That will be 2 upon 32. Yes, that is the number of moles. And R key value, that is, where is this? R is equal to 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. Why we will take this one? Because we want in this is given here number of moles. Yes, so we have to take the unit of this mole R value, which should be in the mole one. And temperature is there, so Kelvin also. So this is 273. We have to, don't forget to convert it into Kelvin. So minus 23 degrees Celsius is there. So that's why if you will convert it into Kelvin, it will be 273 minus 23 is equal to 250 Kelvin. So just put the value and get the answer. 3 by 2. This is 3 by 2. N is equal to 1 by 6. R is equal to 8.314 and temperature is 250. Find it. Your answer will be 194.86 joule, because this Kelvin will cancelled. This mole and this per mole will be cancelled. So what left? Only this joule will be left, and that is the answer. Yes. Is the next question, that is calculate the total and average kinetic energy of 32 gram of methane molecules at 27 degrees Celsius. First, we will find the average kinetic energy, that is 3 by 2 kBT. Yes. And after that, we will find the total energy, 3 by 2 RT. Yes. So just average kinetic energy is 3 by 2 kBT, and kB value we know that R upon NA, R is equal to universal gas constant and NA is equal to Avogadro constant. Yes, so put the value and get the answer. R value will be 8.314 only. Where is this? Yes. So now put this 3 by 2, R key value 6.022 into 10.23, NA value 300 temperature, and you'll get the average kinetic energy. Yes. Now the total kinetic energy will be 3 by 2 RT. So nRT for 1 mole actually. So find the number of moles, that is 32 upon 16, 2 moles. So put the value and simply you'll get the answer. The 3 by 2 into 2, 8.314, 300 temperature, and this is the total kinetic energy. This one is the total kinetic energy and formula, and this one is the average kinetic energy formula. Yes, average के लिए हमने उस पे बार दे दिया. This is average kinetic energy formula. I hope you got it. So there are so many values we have to do. There are so many formulas we have to do. That is root mean square velocity we have to do, most probable velocity. So all these things are there that we will do in the next class, and related with that topic we will do the numericals also. So just wait for the next class, and for today that's it. You just practice this question. Very simple questions are there, just formula based. Okay, so try to solve the numericals by your own. Make short notes for this. Just write the formulas. Postulates will not be asked. In NCERT, the postulates can be asked, but in entrance exam, the postulates will not be asked, and numericals will be there. And numericals is not in your NCERT. So this is a combination of both. You can go through with this, watch the video properly, and write the formulas, important points in your own words. Make short notes. And we'll do in next class later on the things, whatever the left, that we will do in the next class. Till then, thank you, class.